Alright, you lot, Wildlife Moto here, and in this episode, I'll formally introduce you to my latest bike, the Aprilia V4 Tuono 1100 Factory, and I'm going to take you through some of my favourite mods that I believe takes this already fantastic machine to the next level. So let's do it. So by means of a little bit of background, I got the V4 Tuono just before the last lockdown here in the UK. So it's been a bit of a frustrating few weeks having the bike sat in the garage with absolutely nowhere to go on it. But I have been out on a few rides recently, and I've got to tell you, I am absolutely loving this bike. But I did make pretty good use of that downtime during the lockdown. Took the opportunity to make a few changes to suit the type of riding that I really wanted to do, which will mainly be kind of medium distance touring, seeking out some beautiful roads here in the UK and just having fun. So first up, the bike has been upgraded with the Puig system. Now I call it a system because it's been designed in partnership with Aprilia. And basically that means when it's installed on the bike by the dealer, they will also be able to unlock the ECU for you to enable the race map. And that is a special map that has been specifically designed for this end can. Now, on one level, the Acura is, I guess, all about sound. You know, this V4 bike is pure MotoGP, and good as it is from the factory, this just turns everything up to 11, really kind of brings the bike alive. But the main reason why I got this bike, it's actually nothing to do with sound, it's more to do with the improved low-speed handling that it offers. This pipe, alongside that official race map, definitely feels a lot smoother than the factory setup. Now, maybe it's the reduced engine braking, maybe it's just the fueling in the map, I'm not 100% sure, but this bike is a little bit challenging in kind of first and second gear at those city speeds. But with this setup, it's still a little bit lumpy, but it is an awful lot better. Also, being made of carbon fibre, it does save a fair bit of weight as well, around 1.3 kilograms, and I reckon I've saved a little bit more weight still by removing the passenger pegs. On the right-hand side of the bike, I've got this RNG hanger, as you can see, that's really thin, lightweight metal that takes that big, chunky peg away, and over on the left-hand side of the bike, same story, only this time I've got the RNG blanking plate. It makes the back of the bike look a little bit tidier as well. So next on the list, I have a bit of an aesthetic mod. The factory tail has been tidied and replaced with this from EvoTech. It'll cost you about £90, but it is really good quality. It's CNC cut, aircraft grade aluminium, super easy to fit, and I think it really smartens up the back of the bike nicely. So next up, a bit of a practical upgrade to protect the bike just in case of one of those ridiculous klutz moments. I've installed a set of RNG sliders and bobbins. Now, I know there are two schools of thought on these, and look, I'm not trying to protect the bike here in the event of a big accident. If this bike touches the ground, it is going to get written off, because once you've scratched that frame, it's pretty much game over as far as the insurance company is concerned. This is more about one of those idiotic moments where you forget to put the side stand down and you go and you dump it in a petrol station or in the local Tesco's car park. It just offers a little layer of protection in case of one of those moments. Now, thankfully, it's something I've never done so far, but you never know. And that's why these guys are hanging out on the side of the bike here. Now, another little product from RNG that I would definitely recommend are these stickers that go onto the swing arm on the bike and also on the frame as well. Now, one of the beautiful things about the Aprilia V4 is that it has this clear anodized aluminium swing arm. The problem with it is if you so much as touch it with a set of race boots, especially those boots that have those plastic sliders and exposed screw heads and things like that, they will chew through this frame in no time. And because of the way that the pegs are set quite close to the swing arm, your boots definitely will make contact. Now, out of the factory, you do get a set of clear stickers that come on the bike, but for me, those guys wore out and ripped off pretty quickly, so I've gone ahead and replaced those with these much more robust stickers from R&G. So then, moving on, I've got another R&G product to talk about, and I promise this video is not sponsored by R&G, it's just a coincidence. I've got the radiator and oil cooler protectors up front. Now, I highly recommend that you get something like this to protect this bike because it has a very big and very exposed radiator. I think it tidies the bike up, but also, most importantly, offers you a little bit more protection out and about on the road. So then, moving up to the bars, and I've installed a pair of Puig Explorer mirrors. Now, the factory mirrors on the Tuono are actually pretty decent for stock mirrors. They're not too vibey, but they do look a little bit plasticky. They're not the most beautiful things in the world. And these Explorers are just next level. Absolutely fantastic build quality. And you've also got a huge amount of adjustments here to get them set up just how you like to ride. These mirrors are usually used on kind of bigger touring adventure bikes, but I actually think they look really good on the Tuono as well. They come in black anodized aluminium, and the machining on these is just next level, absolutely superb. They will cost a fair amount, around £120 each. That is quite punchy, but on the other hand, these are definitely an item that will probably transcend multiple bikes, and I do plan to keep them for a long time. I was of course tempted to go down the bar end route, but personally I think these look really good up here, and they keep the width of the bike to a minimum as well. So while we're on the bars, let's have a look at the EvoTech levers, both on the brake and clutch side. These come with a 6-click adjustment, so you can really fine-tune that gap between the bar and the lever. So almost no matter what gloves you're wearing or anything like that, you can set that just how you like it. Again, they are beautifully made. They look lovely in this anodized black, and these will cost you around £115 for a pair. Now, there are loads and loads of cheap levers knocking around on the aftermarket, but for something so important to your safety, I would always go with a trusted brand, something like EvoTech, even if they cost a fair bit more. Elsewhere, I've also fitted the official Aprilia USB port, and this was a right pain to install it. You basically have to manually cut out a hole in the plastic panel here, and yes, I almost sliced my finger off doing it, but once you've made the little hole, there is a neat little plug that directly connects the USB to the bike, so that side of things is all good. Bearing in mind it hasn't got one, I would definitely recommend getting something like this to keep your tech topped up on longer trips. And finally, I have also installed the Kreiger dry pack mounting points to the passenger seat. Kreiger actually make a bike-specific kit for the Tuono, and it works really well if you want to get some bigger bags up on the back here. I use the US dry pack system, and you can easily get 30 litres of luggage on the back by simply using the straps on the individual bags. It's the perfect solution if you want to ride out for longer trips, weekends away, or even a short camping trip, something like that. So there you have it, a nice little mix of sensible mods to take this already fantastic bike up a notch or two. We've got power, we've got luggage, a little bit of extra protection, quality levers, and a soundtrack to die for. What more could you possibly want? If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got a couple of videos in the making that I cannot wait to get published. Really exciting stuff coming soon on the channel. So hit subscribe and click the bell icon to get a heads up when they drop. And if you are riding again, celebrating your newfound freedom, take it easy out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.